quite some time now, I've seen people underrate Cin Drallig because they view him as only a suitable classroom teacher. This video is to counter that point, and as well as to try to figure out where he stands combatively. This video will be looking at his accolades and feats to see where he stands compared to other people used in the versus matchup community. As a side note, Anakin vs Grievous is being delayed again because a new video is coming out featuring Anakin that will likely contain points I want to address or debunk. I also finished a script for Aiden Pierce vs Joel and Ellie from The Last of Us that has been done for quite a while now, so I might make it into a video. To start off, Cin Drallig has been placed above the likes of Shakti as a swordsman, and has been placed as one of the Jedi Order's top duelists. He's also stated to have taught the basics of each lightsaber form, from Shicho to Naiman to thousands of students. Drallig has been appointed as Chief of Security for the Jedi Temple and has attained the rank of Battle Master, and is noted in the Jedi Path. Being a Battle Master means that not only has he trained students in Forms 1 through 6, but also has a partial knowledge of Form 7, Juyo, which is banned among the Jedi. Anakin Skywalker even questioned why Drallig himself wouldn't teach him the form, stating that he wouldn't learn it from Obi-Wan, who himself once wanted to learn the form, to Qui-Gon Jinn's disapproval. So what we can take away from this is that Cin Drallig, who's old enough to have trained both Obi-Wan and Anakin to some degree, has both instructed and sparred with hundreds, if not thousands, of Jedi throughout his lifetime. While sparring is different from real-life combat, this still doesn't take away from his experience and skill. That would be like saying how Ezra Bridger consistently stalemating Kanan at a certain point is an invalid display of developed skill on the learner's part.
I steal from the best!
Or how Saesee Tinn's sparring supposedly somewhat regularly with Mace Windu and the B-Team is irrelevant. The same applying for Anakin and Obi-Wan spending literally thousands of hours sparring with each other. Is Drallig fighting people like Ventress, Grievous, or even Dooku on the daily the way people like Kenobi or Skywalker would? No, but the idea that he spars and trains with the great masters of his era is practically a given at the very least. Count Dooku even once said to Grievous that the cyborg general would basically be completely fucked if he came across Drallig in battle, although this was in response to Grievous's arrogance, so it's unsure if he was serious. Overall, Cin Drallig has had years to develop and study the Jedi arts, developing his own style and formula to suit his needs. Cin Drallig has on record multiple times expressed his opinion and knowledge of Naiman through various sources. This would make sense as his role as the temple's lead instructor would require a vast and versatile skill set. While we can't gauge his direct skill, something I realized is that Roan Shrine was able to give Vader difficulty during their duel in Kashyyyk. This was because he changed his style to throw Vader off guard through his randomized movements. The idea of Cin Drallig doing something similar, if not vastly better, isn't out of the question at all. I often disagree with particular other versus series makers on YouTube, but one of the things I agree with is the idea that unlike Jedi from the Old Republic, the Jedi of the prequel era had all the time they needed to experiment with when studying the forms of lightsaber combat and their usage of the Force. Whereas most Jedi at the start of the war were mostly suited to combat blaster-wielding adversaries, Cin Drallig was quite possibly better prepared to engage another lightsaber-wielding foe. Most people will ask if Cin Drallig truly is this powerful and combatively capable, then why did he lose to Anakin Skywalker so quickly?
Right, so Obi-Wan is 8, Yoda is 9,
Okay.
Mace is 8, bordering on 9, Anakin is 9.
And for those of you who are saying the last two quotes refer to Anakin's full potential, Both Mace and Sidious make note of Anakin's growing power by the time of Revenge of the Sith. Overall, while not boasting the same amount of exposure that a combatant in a versus video would typically have, Cin Drallig's accolades do hint to his prowess as a master-level duelist in his own right. In terms of Nick Gillard's tier system going from tier 1 all the way up to tier 9, it's hard to place Drallig. It's unlikely that he'd be a tier 9 alongside Anakin, Sidious, and Yoda. Even trying to place him as an 8 with the likes of Kenobi, Maul, Mace, and Dooku, and even Vader seems a little far-fetched as well. I would personally place Cin Drallig as a high 7 to low 8 as he is mentioned alongside Great Masters by Dooku. While he does have impressive accolades, his lack of showings prevent a solid conclusion. However, this is largely speculation, so tell me what you think in the comments section. Do you think Cin Drallig has received too much credit in this video, or do you agree that he's potentially one of the most underrated characters of the Clone Wars era? Feel free to leave suggestions for future matchups. And oh yeah, the thumbnail is not mine, so I'll make sure to give the person credit in the description of the video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.